few more equations that come out of this number. This number over here is what comes out of the right angle, the right angles, okay? 4 by 4 on one side, 4 by 4 on one side, 3 by 3 on the other, 5 by 5 on the other, okay? That's what it is. See this? This piece here is only one piece. I need one here, one here, one here. And you see the angle that it's on over here? I need all four of them to create the duplicates of it. But the reality is you take away this piece over here, right? This part over here on both sides, just work with the four corners. All four corners will look like this. This is the cross that's inside the game. Do you follow what I'm saying? This is only one part. When we talk prime numbers, we talk one of. Okay, this piece holds these three together. Then we duplicate this by fitting another piece here, fitting a block in between, bricks and blocks and building. So we're going to come back to this number that we already added. Inside these numbers over here, let me see. It's not only 16 plus 25, it's also 16 minus 25. And that equation shows up right over here. It's over here. 16 plus 9 is 25, minus 9 equals to 0.7. 16 plus 25 minus equals 41, and 0.9, the birth of AD. Add on age, add on G and E, add on the moon. 41, the half-life of B and E. Half-life of B and E, the half-life of birth. Okay, even when we work these numbers here, this number becomes 5 and 7. 1 plus, 1 minus. This number becomes 5 and 7. This number becomes 7 and 3. The difference is 4, difference 1 and 1. It's actually 3, 0, 0. It's the point. It's a half difference, a half point difference. But here it's 5, here it's 5, 5 and 1, 5 and 1, and 3 and 2. 3 and 2 is communication. 1 and 5, 1 and 5 is Mars. 25 and 7 is 32, becomes the doorway. Minus 7 becomes 18, the eye of the heavens. One spirit. 9 and 1 come together, one on each side. One is 7 away from 8, the other is 1 away from 8. 1, 7 represent the gateway in Mars. 18 plus and minus equals 15 and 14 equals 64 and 36. Add them together, you have 100 and you have 28. Add this one together, you have 41 minus and plus 9, you have 50 and 32. The freezing point of the divided communication in the B world, 18 and 82. 82, 28, the cycle in the moon of the spirit heaven, 1, 8, and 2, 8. 100 is 64. Balance is 72. The balance. So now we're going to continue on with these equations over here. The equation inside of this one comes out to 41 and 9. The equation of this one, 25. 25 plus 9 and minus 9 is 34 and 16. 7, 7, 5, 9. 7, 7, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 5 and 9 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. This one is around the cube, all around the cube, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, all of these. DC 34 of Earth, of the AN world, the AN world, the North America world, the IT system in the sun, birth. Rotation is in 6. This one over here, 16 and 25 will create, 09 will create a 6, 07 will create a 4. 4 and 6 come together to the 10 world, the day of time, the 10 star. 4 times 6, 4 plus 6. This number over here becomes 7 and 7. There is no 0 association in it, so nothing changes, 1 or 0. In this association, we get plus and minus the 9, plus and minus the 7, plus and minus the 16 right over here. Because it's 34, you can do plus or minus the 34 from the 16 or the 16 from this. Now, we're going to bring this down. We bring it over. We keep adding it up. 50 and 32, as we said. This one becomes 68, 136. The difference is 64. 136 total is the touchdown on the moon. 64, Saturn, Mars. This is the doorway, BC communication. The communication which creates 9, 6 and 3 is 9, 8 and 2 is 10, becomes 9 and 1, artificial intelligence. This becomes 1 and 1, this becomes 1 and 1. This is the artificial intelligent part right over here, 25 and 9. Y and I. when they sound alike. Add them up to G and I, GI. So what we're going to get now is we're going to get 100, 100, 100, 300. 28, cycle of the moon, Mars, Saturn rotation, something to do with communication. 60, 96, 92 is the birth. 60, 80, 92 is the birth. 96 is the rotation. 60 is the clock. The 128 becomes 10 or J. Anyways, we had the, where are we now over here? Hold on a second. So we are going to continue on. Remember what 101 is, okay? Question is 101. Here's the zero of the record going around. That's your 360, okay? No matter what happens, this part over here goes all the way around and back to here. The whole thing has gone around, but this has gone a greater distance. Anyways, I didn't want to talk about this. 28, 32 is 96, 106, 116, 124. 1, 2, 4. 1 and 2 creates 3, it becomes 3 and 4. Why? Because 1 and 2, the only way to get 3 is 1 and 2. There is no other way. 1, 1, 1 is 3 separate worlds. It's not the same. It's not the same element. To go from this point to this point, you must go through this point, from this point to this point. When I put a dot down, I have created all 3 points, to the left, to the right, and the center of this singularity. Why did I have to make it round? I could have just made it linear. Is linear less than a point? Anyways, we're going to go over here. This will be, the end result will be 1, 64. Here, this one will now equal to, this one was 64, this one equals to 36, and this one equals to 72. This becomes, see the reverse over here? This becomes this. The difference is 28, cycle of the moon, and the 28 difference of this will make 100. So it's all the rotation inside the clock. This is your pi. 7 and 7 is 5. 5 and 9 is 14 is 5. 7 and 7 is 5. 14, 14, 14. 42 equals to 15. 42 minus 15 is 27, the red sun. Plus 42 and 15 is 57. The number to the moon, 57, 57. 59, 59, E-I-E-I-O on the farm through the moon. So this one is basically done with. One other part I want to mention, and we've done this before, it becomes JG. The French expression for J is G and G is J. It becomes GM, General Manager, which becomes this insignification. 1 and 3 will equal to 4. 7 and 1 will equal to 8. It'll be 8, 4, Pluto. Excuse me, it'll be either 7 and 1 equals to 8. Second level of 3 is 1 and 3 is 4. 8 and 4 is Pluto. 7 and 1 is 8 and 3 creation. 1 and 3 equals 4. 7 and 4 equals Jesus, creation of altered currents. 7 and 4 letters are GD, God. The letters assembled over here become the clock and the gateway of the star and man in the cycle of the moon of 133 rotation, 313 through the 7th gate, corner to corner. 212 is a little different. 313, corner to corner. 212 is side to side. How do I know? I'm going to show you in a second. It's right inside this box. See, every corner, 1, 2, 3. Every corner you can see 3, right? But in the middle, you only see 2. This is the same block. This block is 1 block for 3, 1 block for 3, 1 block for 2, 1 block for 3, 1 block for 2, and the water one is 1 for 1 with 3 covered sides. Raphael discovering which way the block goes, and will it change or will it not, and what will change and what will it be. The last part is in French. They say T for 10, D for 10, which means also 10. They say the Hebrew calendar, H and C, time heaven, T and H, time heaven of DC. Where did these letters come from? Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump. DC, time heaven, 28, 34. 3 and 4 is 7. Donald Trump is here. I'm splitting the Donald Trump. I'm splitting them all up. I'm putting DC, Donald Clinton, Hillary Trump, Donald Clinton. Now, if I did it the opposite way, right, I put them on the same row. 1, 2, 3, 4. D and H, designated hitter. Okay. T and C, like in Scratch, creation. Okay, so I can't actually get in all the terminologies because you do know I make most of them up from words that already exist. When you have D and H, you also have ID when you turn this sideways. Where else do we have this? There's a bunch of things we can get in. So we have inside DH, we have ID. So anything with an inside HT, we have IT. Inside HC, which is the church part, we also have IC. So we have 9/4, 9 and 4, 13. 9, we have 29. And IC, we have 12. So now we have 4, 2, 3. That is the number to jail. Altered current in the birth of Alpha Bait, of the spirit inside Bait. The spirit in the Bait house has now altered its current. That's what I understand it's saying. K and N come together as Jack Valet. It also says Ken, Kaen, says Con, which says also Bo, which says the Queen, and O and E. Put this letter to this letter to this letter, B and O and E, 17 and 20. This is where 111 and the Twin Towers show up, and now this is the single tower. Number 37 also goes to 43, okay, and 31. 31 is 7 and 3, and 37. This is how you do it. 20 and 17 is 37, okay? 37 adds 6 because of the 0, and minus 6. When you minus it, it becomes the 14th letter, which is the letter N. When you add it, it becomes the 26th letter is the Z. Turn the N sideways, N is Z. Khazars, the Nav. Turning things sideways, just knowing from where you are, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. We have yet to work on this one over here. And I'm not sure if it's up there yet. I'm looking for it in my file. I'm going to look for it in my file. Yeah, it's right here in my file. 1 second. Hold on a second. Let me get this set. It's right over here. This. I want to show you this. I've showed it before, but I have to show you this again in the next video. So since this one is too late, I just want to show you what the numbers do. Just what the numbers do, right? Second thing I want to say, just in case I don't say it, why do I need all these? Because the highest mountain or perimeter, if this is the highest perimeter and this is the center, everything must look like this. It doesn't matter whether there's something here or not, but in order to square off an area, you need the highest point. One highest point and the center, okay? It's like telling me the big arm on the clock or the small arm on the clock. Does the clock start from here? Or is the clock arm starting from here? Or is there an arm here and an arm here? This arm goes up to here and down to here. This arm goes up to here and down to here. And one arm in between goes around. But these just go tick, tock, and this one will go tick, tock, tick, tock. And actually, I just need one arm over here that can control both. But this is like, oh no, it's on an angle. It's going to put my hand all the way through it. See that? It's on an angle. There you go. Thank you for watching.